Welcome to Tampa, Raymond James Stadium, and while it is indeed home to the 2021 Super Bowl champion Buccaneers, it is also the home field for the USF Bulls and the clash that we have in store today. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see, the number 3 team in the country, the NC State Wolfpack. The offense lining up for a first down play. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Finds a man on the left. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. A new set of downs after the completion. Going up top on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Morton.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. He's looking to throw. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. NC State quick to the line. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Pocket starts to collapse. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. And the freshman just showed those great ball skills and snatched it right out of the air. So now the offense is going to have to regroup. A turnover on the first drive of the game can bruise that confidence a little bit.
No doubt about it. It's so hard as an offense.
North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
He's got him this time. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Got a man. It's Samuel. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone. Executed that perfectly.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
Trying to find his man on first down. He slings it deep to the left. He's got it. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal.
And that's just nice patience and a great route. One-on-one, working the defender, taking his time, getting out of his break, locating the football, and making the catch just in time in bounds.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him.
And he's loose, and he'll... A first down for the offense. Looking to move it through the air. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The give to the back. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. Looking to throw. field. His defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26. NC State at the line with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. NC State on the move, set up with another 1st down. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Wide out in motion. He's looking to pass. He caught it. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all the linebackers, all the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
On 2nd down, looking again to throw. He's got it. He gets it. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Going to throw it over the top of the knee. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive player right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep balls.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. He wants to throw. Fires to the right. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
Well, the tight end's a guy that's going to have to be able to make plays for this offense in the passing game. That time, QB looking for the big fella. He ran a good route, just couldn't reel it in.
Wonder if they'll throw it again after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 49. From the gun, running back gets to give. What a good run there. He has enough for the 1st down.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
From inside the 40 at the 37, it's 1st down. He's looking to throw it. They're trying to get to it.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Quarterback on the move, still looking. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll pull it down. Finds a crease at the 20. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a 1st down. All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's 1st down. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Unloads to the wideout. And it's picked off right at the goal line. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
NC State going up tempo. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him. They have been gang tackling him and getting a lot of penetration up front.
Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab, and he's got the first. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. NC State with the 1st and 10 here. Here comes the option. He'll pitch it. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman.
At the 46-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Gonna run it. It's Morton. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the 1st down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the 1st down mark.
He fakes his man out. Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a 1st down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
And that's why these quarterbacks are just so hard to defend. It's a pass play, he drops back, 1st down, got to play the whole field up, scrambles around, runs for a 1st down, new set of downs, new set of problems.
From the red zone, it's Morton. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
After losing yardage, it's 2nd and 12. Quarterback checking the play. He's back to throw on 2nd down. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Feeling some heat. And he couldn't find quite enough running room to reach the line to gain. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. It is perfect. And now the lead is even bigger. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Baylor took care of business today. I think their coach had their attention all week, and the end result was a focused group of Bears that fired on all cylinders. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams...
North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. That last drive was a long one, Jesse. They'd like this time to pay it off with a touchdown instead of a field goal.
No doubt, Reese. They had a lot of good stuff going that last drive. Need to get a tutty up on the board here to extend that lead.
And I think you definitely want a touchdown, but if you put another long drive together, get points, multiple possessions in a row, start to let those body blows add up and wear this defense out.
Ready to fire from the pistol. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just... That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
We've reached the end of the quarter, and NC State has the edge. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. First down to start the drive after the break. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff, where you really challenge your offense. Go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Man, this QB is so dangerous. He can get outside the pocket, and right here you can tell he gets outside the pocket. Now I got to make some decisions, man. Do I want to go chase this guy? Do I play coverage? And that's why these mobile quarterbacks can really put you in a predicament. The defense won this battle, but that guy is so hard to corral.
He'll just throw it away, and it'll be 4th down. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Snags a quick pass on the left. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. And on 2nd down for this offense. Off play action. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play. And I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
That is a highly efficient way to move the chains, and now they are threatening inside the 40. Pulls it and fires to the left. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. After the step off, now they have to deal with 1st and 15. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Trying to make magic with his feet. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
Defense is up. Negative plays. And he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off. He takes off and gets a positive gain.
Nice move to stay on his feet. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. They'll throw it on 1st down. Lets it go to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Wolfpack. First down here for the offense. Looking to move it through the air. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes.
Fires toward the end zone. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Getting some heat. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team come into fruition. You just get the sense they're finding out who they are, what they're about, what they're going to do schematically, and who their big playmakers are.
Which is tough to do, right? It's tough to grow throughout a season and understand who you are. but when you stack wins week after week on top of each other and start to have success, you start to grow as an identity and you start to understand who you are.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.